And now, a dramatic reading of Benjamin Franklin's speech at the conclusion of the Constitutional Convention. I confess that I do not entirely approve of this Constitution at present. But, sir, I am not sure I shall never approve it. For having lived long, I have experienced many instances of being obliged, by better information or fuller consideration, to change opinions even on important subjects, which I once thought right, but found to be otherwise. It is therefore that the older I grow, the more apt I am to doubt my own judgment and pay more respect to the judgment of others. Most men, indeed, as well as most sects in religion, think themselves in possession of all truth, and that wherever others differ from them is so far error. Still, a Protestant in a dedication tells the Pope that only difference between our two churches in their opinions of the certainty of the doctrine is the Roman Church is infallible, and the Church of England is never in the wrong. But though many private persons think almost as highly of their own infallibility as that of their own sect, a few express it so naturally as a certain French lady, who was in a little dispute with her sister, said, "I don't know how it's happened, sister, but I meet with nobody but myself that's always in the right." In these sentiments, sir, I agree to this Constitution with all its faults, if they are such, because I think a general government necessary for us, and there is no form of government but what it may be a blessing to the people if well administered. And I believe, further, that this is likely to be well administered for a couple of years, and can only end in despotism, as other forms have done before it, when the people shall become so corrupted as to need despotic government, being incapable of any other. I doubt, too, whether any other convention we can obtain may able to make a better constitution. For when you assemble a number of men who have the advantage of their joint wisdom, you inevitably assume, with all those men and their prejudices, their passions, their errors of opinion, their local interests, and their selfish views. From such an assembly can a perfect production be expected? It therefore astonishes me, sir, to find that this system so approaches near perfection as it does, and I think it will astonish our enemies, who are waiting with confidence to hear that our counsels have been confounded like those of the builders of Babel, and that our states are on the point of separation, only to meet hereafter for the purpose of cutting another's throats. Thus I consent, sir, to this Constitution, because I expect no better, and because I am not sure that it is the best. The opinions I have of errors I sacrifice to the public good. I have never whispered a syllable of them abroad. Within these walls they were born, and here they shall die. If every one of us, in returning to our constituents, were to report the objections he has to it, and to endeavor to gain partisans in support of them, we might prevent its being generally received, and thereby lose all the salutary effects and great advantages resulting naturally in our favor among foreign nations, as well as among ourselves, from our real or apparent unanimity. Much of the strength and efficiency of any government in procuring and securing happiness of the people depends on opinion, on the general opinion of the goodness of that government, as well as the wisdom and integrity of its governors. I hope, therefore, that for our own sakes, as part of the people, and for the sake of our prosperity, we shall act heartily and unanimously in recommending this Constitution, wherever our influence may extend, and turn our future thoughts and endeavors to the means of having it well administered. On the whole, sir, I cannot help expressing a wish that every member of this convention, who may still have objections to it, would with me on this occasion doubt a little of his own infallibility, and to make manifest our unanimity, put his name on this instrument. Then the motion was made for adding the last formula, done in convention by the unanimous consent, which has agreed to and added accordingly.